Republicans and Democrats on what they want out of this continuing resolution. This is how everybody voted. As you'll notice, mostly Republicans voted to keep the continuing resolution and keep the government funded. Mostly Democrats voted against it to break it. And why do they choose now and why is this happening? I'm going to explain. There were a couple partisan flippers here, okay? For example, Catherine Masto from Nevada said President Trump and congressional Republicans are already hurting Nevadans who are dealing with high costs and economic slowdown and the looming healthcare crisis. She said the costly showdown would hand even more power to this reckless administration. Maybe. On the other side, Rand Paul, who voted against the continuing resolution, said the spending levels don't balance the budget and don't come anywhere close. So he flipped. So those are the people that are kind of outliers, but I'm going to give you the main reason. The main issue that is causing this shutdown now is, as always, healthcare. One of the greatest, not bipartisan divides in American history. Obamacare, okay? ACA. The simple way to put it is this. We have the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. It covers like 24 million Americans. And a few years back, we added subsidies that helped make the cost lower for these Americans. These subsidies are going to expire in 2026. So the Republicans would like to pass a, call it clean, continuing resolution, where we keep last year's budget, but do not include these things that expire. The Democrats would like to keep last year's budget, but continue to include these things that expire. That's the idea. So it's a holdout over whether or not we keep these expiring subsidies for people on Affordable Care Act. That is the showdown, okay? Whether or not we keep that in 26 or we don't. The ACA tax credits. This is the censor of the government shutdown fight. Now, the numbers I said are real. 24.3 million Americans are currently enrolled in the ACA. Almost all of them use these subsidies. And if they are removed, then their healthcare costs would double to an average of $1,900 from $888. So the people on it very much would like the government to keep the costs of their healthcare lower and keep things going as they are. Republicans let those expire. That is the situation we find ourselves in. Also, additionally, if these things expire, 4.2 million more Americans will become uninsured, which again, in America is kind of a hard thing to be. It is very hard to be a person working a regular job who has enrolled for the ACA and then loses your insurance and you can't get it. Very expensive, it turns out. That's the boring nitty gritty of the procedure as to why they cannot agree on this vote.